Now let me take you live to KwaZulu Natal. Some people in the province have been living in transit camps for years. Now the province's Human Settlements Portfolio Committee wants to know why. The camps are meant to be short-term measures until low-cost housing is available. The committee is visiting the sites today. Reporter Dasen Thathiah is on that story for us. Dasen, good afternoon to you. So who's responsible for this and what excuses are being given?
Well, Jeremy, it's the eThekwini municipality that is behind these transit camps. And I mean, it was all very, it's meant to mean well for the residents. The promises that were made is that you are moved out of an informal settlement into temporary structures, much like the one that you're seeing behind me here. And it's all meant to be for a very short term, probably between 8 months or a year, or however long that housing development takes. But unfortunately, that hasn't been the case. We are in Mshaya Zafe, which is in Inanda. Now, this structure that you see, this is a small transit camp forming part of the broader area here where there is some informal housing as well. But these residents have been here much longer than they have been promised. It's one on the list of transit camps that are being visited by the Human Settlements Portfolio Committee. Now, they won't be looking at all of them, but they have already been engaging with the Human Settlements Department, as well as talking to those that are responsible for these transit camps. And I want to bring into the conversation now the Human Settlements Portfolio Committee Chair, Linda Hlongwa Matlala. Thank you so much for joining me, ma'am.
Thank you very much, sir.
So we know that there are over 60 of these transit camps, as when we discussed earlier. But I guess the question is, why are people still living in them for so long? It's meant to be a short-term measure.
Yes, exactly. It's meant to be a short-term measure. But in our earlier discussions with the chairperson of the Portfolio Committee, Councillor Sebelo, and the officials of eThekwini, the main issue will be the issues of land and the issues of capacity now within eThekwini, and also the issues of money. There is some work that has been done. It has actually moved from 71 to 45. There's been movement in that regard. However, we're not happy as the legislature because, it compromises the good quality of health of our people. For instance, the first transit camp that we went to in Ward 11, Quarry Heights, those people have been there for 9 years. And it's so disheartening that after 26 years, we still have these things. Understandable so. The problem is land, as they keep on emphasizing, even as we engage with our people. They mentioned that they've been in they once promised houses since 2001, but they're still in informal settlements. And as you see, it's so dangerous. The terrain is just not conducive for families and so forth.
And it's also an issue around dignity. And in previously engaging with organizations like Abahlali Basamjondolo as well, one of the allegations that they've made in the past is that the houses that are meant to be going to those that are living in transit camps sometimes don't go because there are people that circumvent those lists. Are you finding that as you try to uncover more on this topic?
We're getting that almost every day. People write to us, people send us SMSs, people do reach to the Portfolio Committee to say there's a lot of corruption in the housing, the whole human settlement portfolio, which we must really uncover in this term of legislature. We have agreed with the MEC of human settlements in the province that we will do everything within our reach to ensure that we clean this process. It's just not on. It disheartens all of us to see children growing in these very bad conditions. You will agree with me that COVID-19 has exposed us in terms of our microwaved solutions, in terms of our unsustainable solutions. What we need now is sustainable human settlements, but we need to have the buy-in from the city in terms of jacking its capacity. I
just want to get in one very quick answer from you before I leave you. After these visits, there will be a report that will be compiled. When will that be given to the municipality, and how long will they have to act on that?
As soon as we get it done on the side of the legislature, it can be even 3-4 days down the line. We send it to the legislature. We also send to the municipality. There are a few things that we agreed on during our meeting that the municipality must look into. That there is no project management plan for the eradication of the transit camp in eThekwini. That is why even if they start, It's like they go forward and backwards because there's no clear strategy. We have asked for those two important documents, and they must also show us how much land is available that is conducive for human settlements, that is habitable and can actually habitate all our people. So those are three main decisions that we took out of that meeting, but there are a whole lot of other issues that are part of our discussions today.
Thank you very much for your time, Jeremy. Some very worrying comments coming out there. I think you would have caught the end of that. There is no plan in eThekwini, no solid plan to get rid of these transit camps. So as much as that report is going to be compiled and will be handed to the municipality, they still need to develop a plan to ensure that people don't have to live in transit camps for much longer while they wait for that sustainable housing.